What's up, guys? It's Bye here, and welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms video. Today, I will tell you guys which is the best stats in the game. Is it attack, defense, or health? I've done some testing yesterday, and I was able to collect the following data. I can show you guys here. I will share the link for the video where I actually did the testing in the description box because it's a very long video. If you want to see how I did the test, but here is a list of data that I was able to collect. So let's go over the data that we have here. So the testing I did yesterday was using 10,000 T5 versus 10,000 T4. And for using 10% health, the survey wounded from my march, a 524, the enemy march wounded a 4,856, so on and so on. So you can see here, so here's the stats for using 10% defense. Here's the stat for using 10% attack. And the trade-off for 10% health is 1 for 9.2. For defense was 1 for 9. And for 10% attack is 1 for 9.2 as well. So the two best stats for using 10,000 T5 versus 10,000 T4 is 10% health and 10% attack. And the other tests that I did was using 3000 T4 versus 3000 T4. With 10% health, we have a trade-off of 1 for 6. With 10% defense, we have a trade-off of 1 for 5.6. And for 10% attack, we also have the trade-off of 1 for 5.64. So from the data we collected, so the best one was health. So from the data I collected, do you think is health is the best stats in the game because they have the best trade-off from all the testing that I've done? Not really. There are actually no best stats in the game. So it depends on your commander lineup. So for example, for player who have a lot of like cavalry commander, attack is probably the best stat boost for you because many cavalry commander has damage increase passive skill. Let's look at Genghis Khan, for example. Where is my Genghis Khan? Here. One of Genghis Khan's passive skill is to increase damage bonus by 30%. Or if you look at Attila, some of his skill also increase the normal attack damage bonus 30%, counter attack damage bonus by 30%. So the more attack you have, the more damage you will deal. Let's use Khan for example. He has that 30% damage increase. So if you pick up a 10% defense or 10% health boost, you will not be benefit from this skill. Same go for like Attila. If you pick up like a 10% attack boost, for example, for cavalry, let's go to my cavalry. Let's look at the stats. So let's say I pick up a 10% attack boost for cavalry. My attack will get increased by 22. So 10% of 220 is 22. And that 22 attack, more attack I get, will also get amplified by that 30% damage increase. So that's why attacks boost is actually working very well for some of the cavalry commander. So attack boost will also work well for like when you want to rally a structure the more attack you have, the faster you will be able to take down the structure and prevent the enemy from reinforcing it. Commander with like attack talent tree also benefit a lot from the attack boost because if you're looking at like attack talent tree, look at Julius Caesar for a second. So one of the skill from the attack talent tree is effortless. It increases the damage. So the more attack you have, the better output, the better benefit you will get from this skill right here. So attack So that is for the attack stats. So let's talk about defense stats. Um, if you look at the data that I collected, defense probably has the worst trade-off from the all three stats, right? Uh, but but you gotta think that you gotta remember that the data that I collect were from using a 1v1. So I was using one march going against another one march. Uh, there will be a big differences if we're doing a test using 1 versus 3 or 1 versus 4. To make it easier for everyone to understand, let's say if you pick up a 10% defense boost, you will get a 3% damage reduction. So in a 1 versus 1 situation, you will get a 3% less damage from the single march that you attack. However, in like a 1 versus 3 or 1 versus 4 situation, you will receive 3% less damage from all of the marches that attacking you. So let's say 3 marches attacking you, all those 3 marches will deal 3% less damage to you. If like 5 marches attacking you, all those 5 marches will deal 3% less damage to you. So defense stats work best for marches that are like aggressive and often getting swarmed. So it worked really well for a lot of infantry commander because most often in mass PvP, you use your infantry marches in the center of the big PvP, and you often getting targeted by multiple marches, and you often find yourself taking a lot of like even AoE skill damage as well. So defense help a lot for like marches that or players that play like super aggressive in mass PvP. For health stats boosts, as you can see from the data that I collected, it has probably the best trade-off from all three stats. However, it only works well in a 1 versus 1 situation. So for example, let's look at my infantry stats here. So let's say if I pick up a 10% health increase, my infantry unit will gain an extra of 227 times 10%, which is 22 health per unit. And if I use like a 200,000 march, that will be 22 times 200,000, which is equal to 4.4 million more health. That also the amount of damage that I can take more. So if I do a 1 versus 1, I can take that actual 4.4 million damages. If I do 1 versus 3, the amount of extra damage I can take remains the same, 4.4 million. So it's a constant number and it doesn't change regardless of how many marches that are attacking you. So it's probably not the best stats when it comes to like mass PvP where you getting swarmed. So health stats are best for commanders that don't have any damage boost or damage reduction boost. It's good for like support marches. Someone who don't get swarm or can easily get away from being swarmed. Uh, Health stats also work very well for commander with a lot of damage reduction like Richter, uh, because the more damage reduction you have, it kind of amplifies the more health you have. Um, so what can you do with this information? Well, you can pick the right runes for your set of commander in mass PvP. You myself, as an example, I am using a lot of infantry, and I often get a swarm a lot. So when it comes to mass PvP, I always go for the 10% defense rune if I can find any, or like a 7% defense and 7% attack rune. You can also work on the right gears for your commanders. So if you're like a rally leader using like Attila or Genghis Khan, you want to focus on gear with like more attacks. So for example, if you look at my Genghis Khan gear, I am not like the best rally leader. Uh, a lot of my gears are not really optimized for rallying because this gear here provides 3% defense. The helmet also provides what carry defense 4%. It's not ideal for like a rally leader. If I could change, like if I would want to be more like an efficient rally leader, I would probably work on the helmet right here, which can give like carry attack 4%. Um, this piece of chest right here also gave 5% more attack for carry. So like I would focusing on like getting more attack stats boost for like a rally leader. And for for like, for my infantry, uh I focus on like I'm trying to get more like defense on my gear. So Staff of the Lost is very one of my favorite piece of equipment. 5% infantry defense, amazing. But like some of other that is not a very optimized equipment that on my infantry gears are like the helmet. This is a normal piece of equipment. It's very cheap to craft. That's why, like if I can work on, I would definitely try to switch out some of these gear here. So this one has infantry defense plus 3%, but I picked it over some of the other piece of blue equipment. Where is it? Uh, Oh, here. So, so this blue equipment right here gave infantry attack 4%, but I prefer the 3% defense better. So I am actually sticking with my green equipment to be honest, and I will be like just focusing more onto like bombing more like defense stats on my infantry commanders equipment, and for my Witcher because he has a lot of damage reduction. So I kind of like doing a lot. I giving him a little bit more health. So I using the shield. I also using the carrot humility also provide more health because I think health work best on a Witcher because he has a lot of damage reduction. So uh, I hope this information can help you focusing on like working on the right piece of equipment for your commander, as well as to help you pick up the right rune uh, for your for mass PvP. Thanks for watching, guys.